Hello, everybody. How are we today? Give me a thumbs up if you can see me and hear me. You're going to hear my phone ding. That's par for the course. Today is our first live class. How exciting is that? Hi, Deborah. Hi, Tom. Hi, Cheryl from Canada. Awesome. Hi, Arlene. Hi, Pam. Arlene, remind me before Tat Days, I've got something for you. I'll bring it with me to Tat Days. Hi, Fred. Hi, Katia. Two Canadians. Awesome. You're all aflutter from Central North Carolina. Awesome. Hi, Melissa. Starting off with a good group so far. Today's going to be a really fun class. Hi, Sue. Hi, Teresa. Thanks, guys. Oh, wow. Maria's from Chile. Awesome. This is so neat. Students from all over the world learning to tat in the same classroom at the same time. Hello, Carol. Hi, Barbara. That's fine. You can catch the replay. A little bit, if I look a little bit drugged down, I am. Yesterday we had to drive to Florida and back. That's a long trip, let me tell you. Prescott, Arizona, Jack and Marianne. Awesome. How did the bobbin holders work for me? They didn't crimp the thread like I thought they would. They still had a crease in it, but it was a manageable crease. So yeah, I'm impressed with them. I'm very impressed with them. For those of you in for the first time, checking out what the class is all about, we'd like for you to register for the classes through our website at theonlinetattingclass.com. And that way, when there's special perks going on, you know about it before anybody else. Hi, Janella. Wow, all my moderators are here. Awesome. I have the best group in the world, I have to say. Why not use easy bobbins? I've got those, and when you wrap your thread on those, Fred, they tend to crease that thread. And if that crease falls in a bad spot on a ring or a chain, it does show. I'm not going to lie to you, it will show. And if it's a really set in crease, it will cause a chain that's supposed to be arced to get a perfect little V in it. Hi, Stephen. Quebec again. Awesome. Yeah, Sue, but when you've had thread wrapped for a long period of time on those, you can hardly get it out. You have to literally wet the thread. And when I'm tatting, I don't want to wait for my thread to dry for me to continue on. So that's why I got the thicker acrylic ones, to see, and they still have the crease, but it's not as prevalent as the plastic and the paper bobbins are. See, I've got some plastic ones here, and I use those for other things, not tatting thread. So I can't tell you, it's a secret. It's in the future. It's in your future. I'm telling you the future. Awesome. If it works for you, hey, don't do as I do if it works for you. You don't have to fix something if it ain't broke. That's my philosophy. And if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I do have some awesome news for everybody, though. Can't wait till everybody gets in here. Hi, Mavis. We have really a good group coming in. It's awesome. For those of you that haven't been here before, I said earlier, please register with the classes. That gets you in with the special little perks we do. Also, for those of you that are registered, been here for a while, and are a student of the classes, you know what today is. We're going to make our tatting journals. I promised it, and now we're going to do it. You cut off your nails so you can tat. Fred, it is a good thing to do that and let them grow out, and it will get the pads of your fingers to recognize the thread more favorably again. Hi, Steph. Don't cut them off that short. You don't want to draw blood. You get blood on your tatting thread. That don't come out. My nails they're pretty strong. I mean, I can sit here and play. You can see I can't bend them. They don't bend. When I break a nail, it literally pops off and it's a deadly weapon flying across the room. So, yeah, that's just fact life. Right. Don't forget to hit that like button, folks. That like button builds our algorithm and it gets us better quality commercials so that we can draw funding to keep the classes going and to keep the website going. I am updating the website every day. Something new will go up on the website. It may not be more than a couple of patterns, but something new will go on the website every day. I didn't get to yesterday. I made a trip to Florida for doctor's appointments and stuff, so there you go. I couldn't do it yesterday. I got home and I just fell asleep. I think I just passed out, to be honest. I was exhausted. We took the girls with us, and wrestling two dogs on a long trip, yeah, that's kind of hard. I mean, they're worse than wrestling children, I think. Hi, Corinne. Chilly, Southern California. Hi, Kaylin. Wow. This is awesome. Jelly cubes in the UK, not Jello. Strengthen nails. I never heard of those, Sue. What are they? Are they like Jello? Hi, Jeremy. Yes, folks, we do have men that like to tat. There is nothing wrong with that. Some of the best crocheters and thread artists that I have met and spoke with are men. So, ladies, you got to run for your money there. Just saying. We got about 2 minutes and then the classes will start. For you that have showed up today and it's your first time here, I always try to come in a little bit early, so if there's any questions or anything the students need help with, I can help them before the class gets going. Ouch. Hi, Bev. Yeah, it was. You're right, Arlene. Tatting was a big thing among sailors. They had to have something to do. I mean, you're out there on the water. You look at the water only so much. Now, because this is a live stream, if we have a problem with transmitting on the replay, that is fixed. Okay, you lose nothing. The chat and everything stays together and you don't see the glitching. If you see glitching, it's not on my end, it is on the internet end. Huh, okay, that's nice to know, Sue. Yeah, I'm buffering. I'll buffer from here to eternity. Dennis is still tweaking it. It's not as bad as it was. Indiana, Jackie Reeves. Awesome, Jackie. How are you? All right, it is now 2:00 Eastern Standard Time, and it is time to get into all the fun stuff we're going to do today. But first, we got to get order of business out of the way. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Thank you for coming, and I hope you get something out of the classes today. We focus mainly on tatting, but we use other arts and crafts to intermingle with tatting, so it brings it into the future. Tatting is not doilies anymore is our motto. So sit back, relax, grab you something to drink, and learn something today. But most of all, I want you to enjoy it. So hit that like button and also that subscribe button as well as the notification bell. Yeah, my teeth will work with my tongue eventually. Once you do that, you'll be notified when we go live or new content is uploaded. Or if you don't want to subscribe, but you want to get involved with the classes, you're more than welcome to join us on our internet web-based site at theonlinetattingclass.com. You can sign up, register there. Information is on that website of patterns, techniques, documentation that will help you in your own tatting journey. Okay? All classes are videoed and are live. All right? So if there's a question, you get an answer right on the spot. And I always call for answers. I never close the class until all answers are covered. Hi, Cheryl. They've changed their name to a Twisted Pico. I didn't hear about that. I'll have to check it out. Hi, Dixie. So, with that said, today we are going to learn about tatting journals. What does my shirt say? It says, I'm not always tatting. Sometimes I sleep. There you go. Hi, Joanne. So, with that said, what is a tatting journal? Does anybody have any idea what a true tatting journal is? I'll wait for answers. Hi, Ruth. Glad you can make it. By the way, while we're waiting for answers, if you look down below, there is some new icons below the chat. One is a little smiley face and one is a little dollar sign. If you find this content useful to you and you want to help support the classes, proceeds go towards the website and a scholarship fund. It also goes to help cover the expenses of camera equipment and computers when need be. Okay? And the scholarship fund gets students like yourself to the Tat Days conventions at little to no cost to them. You will have to pay for your transportation, but the entry fee and what you get, it's checks out pretty good, okay? But the scholarship fund does help those that can't make it on their own financially. And we just want you to come and see one convention. You will enjoy it and you will be back. Hi, Mary Jane. Hi, Diane. Hi, Joanne. Hi, Sue. So, That is what the monetary value is for. You can give as little as 50 cents and as much as you want. We also have a PayPal account at the online tatting class at gmail.com if you'd like to donate more. All donations are kept anonymous. We don't release names, and you will get something from us stating that we did receive it. So with that said, you got it, Deborah. It's inspiration and to help your poor brain remember techniques. That is one thing you can call it. A record of your projects and samples, yes. A journal that tells the story of learning tatting. That is the best description yet, Sue. Because each journal is different to the maker. Okay? In my journal, now these are just fragmented pieces of what's left of my journal because I'm going to redo it. As you can see, I have little snippets here. What I did is all the tatting threads that I used, I would tat up about an inch, inch and a half chain. And I would mark my 1 inch mark. Now you can go into more detail, which I will be doing. So you can count how many stitches per quarter, per eighth, per half inch, and know how many stitches it takes to make that 1 inch, 2 inch, whatever piece that you're working on. All right. And then you'll be able to control how much thread you put on your shuttle. So if you have a piece that has 20 rings and 17 chains, this is just ballpark figure here, what you would do is count up how many stitches per inch. Okay. And you know how many inches is in your piece by how big your chains are and how big your rings are. Okay. Too bright to see? I'll get it closer. Can y'all see that? Thanks, Pam. Hi, Panina. So, needless to say, what you'll do is you'll put things like this in there. Then, when you try difficult techniques, okay, that are not something you use every day, you can put them on paper like I have and write instructions on how to do those. And when you decide you want to try a new pattern and there's a technique in there, you said, wait a minute, I've done that, but I forget how, then you can pull your notes out. You can also put your tatting samples you've tried in there. Okay? You can put notes about specific things to deal with tatting that you want to remember. All right? So you can use your journal any way you want to use it. All right? But you use it to benefit you. You're not benefiting anyone else but yourself with your tatting journal. And you can accomplish this with many, many different avenues of how to make one. You can buy index cards with a, the spiral bound index cards, and you could just flip through them. I will warn you with the spiral bound index cards that are perforated so you can pull them out. With time, they tend to come loose as these did. These were perforated up here at the top. And with time, they came out. So I had to punch holes to put them in another book. So, yeah, if you use your tatting journal on a regular basis, make sure it wears well, okay? Dixie, I promised I'll teach you how to tat left-handed. I'm going to tell you a trick, okay? On the videos that I did previously for Georgia's classes, I did them with the camera sitting across from me. So that when you see, thank you, Lingo, I appreciate it. It does help. When you sit across from me and I'm showing you how to tap, what this hand is doing, your left hand does. What this hand is doing, your right hand does. And that's how you learn to tat left-handed. Okay? Now, we have some left-handed tatters in our group. We have a Facebook group that is private. Now, we don't go public with our Facebook group because everybody shares things in there like their homework. All right? And we don't want other people coming there and, doing something plain nasty, whatever, with our group. So we keep it private. If you'd like to join, there are tons of people from all over the world, well-known tatters. Georgia visits in there. And I got news for you. There are people in there that can help you tat one-on-one that are left-handed tatters. Okay? So if you want to use shuttle or needle, you can, Carol, she's a perfect example. She can talk to you. She can talk you through it, right, Carol? Fred's left-handed. So you've got your support group right here, Dixie. But when you watch my videos, remember what I'm doing with my right hand, you're going to be doing with your left hand. And that's why the camera was specifically set in front of me, so that both lefties and righties could do the techniques. No Facebook? Well, there's always email. Harala, everyone, I want you to meet the Shade Tree Designer. I know you've seen a lot of her snowflakes, and a lot of you have done her snowflakes. And this is your designer, Harala Chesser. She's a wonderful lady. Yeah, anybody wants to join the group, you have to register in the class. All right, now before we get into the technical aspect of our journals, that's okay, Pasha, you're right on time. We're going to get into the copyright laws. I have gotten several questions about it, all right? And there's some things that are going to be changing with the online tatting class that you all might question, okay? So before it happens, I want to put you on notice. Georgia is posting her original website to the Antique Pattern Library. They're currently working with me and Georgia to get all the stuff together to put the full site up on the Antique Pattern Library. All they can post is what they are allowed to post under copyright. So they're going to be going through things with the fine-tooth comb. Our website will go on as usual. Okay, this is George's before I took over, the original website. So if you see stuff come up from the Antique Pattern Library, know that yes, it was given with love. Okay, Georgia discussed it with me over the weekend, and this is the way that her legacy stays the way it was before we went digital. All right, so know that it's the same class, it's the same information. It's just with me, it's different. I'm digital and she was chat room. So all that will be archived in its original state. Now, is that not the most awesome thing you've ever heard? Hi, Crafting Memories. Now, with that said, copyright infringement can bite us all. Okay, when we least expect it. If you show a book, okay, in fact, I've got one over here, I do believe. Let me get it. You got a book like this, okay? As you can see, it's a new book. This one is by Heidi Nakayama, and it's about tatting shuttles. Handy Hands, you can get that at Handy Hands, okay? Hi, Sanskar. Awesome, glad to have you. Y'all excuse it, I have two little doggies and one's got a big mouth. So, anyway, this book, if I open this book and show you the insides contents on this, I am in copyright violation. That is how serious it is. YouTube will shut me down. So what I show on YouTube, I have all rights to. So don't think I am violating copyright. I do not violate copyright. Exactly, Karen. Sue, it was already there, but something happened. I'm not sure what happened, but they're redoing it and they are finalizing all her work. So that's all I can tell you. I sent her the files this morning and she's going through them with a fine-tooth comb. Her and Georgia are discussing what can and cannot be shared. So, yeah. I still own the classes. I still run the classes. But remember, this is Georgia's work. This is not mine, folks. I will never lay claims to something I do not own. All right? So, back to copyright. If I show you the inside contents of this book, I am in copyright violation. And if you do that in a public setting, you could be held liable for copyright violation. What saves your bacon is you're showing a book to a friend. Okay? You can't give the friend the information in that book. You can give the friend the book and they claim ownership. Okay? But you can't give them the information out of the book. That's copyright violation. And one of my students contacted me and said that she was tatting up patterns that she'd seen on YouTube until she's seen a notation on one of the patterns she was working on by another designer that said, you cannot publicly share this pattern. It's copywritten. Okay? I know, Sue, the link still works. Okay? Yes, it's very odd, but they're updating. That's the difference. They're updating her works to finish it out. Okay? Now, where was I? She had the piece up, was going to share it until she's seen that it was a copywritten piece of material. There are people on YouTube that do that. I cannot name them off. I don't want to be held for liable. Okay? So they will get caught. The crooks will get caught. They always get caught. But don't take something that doesn't belong to you. You don't want nothing of yours took. Don't take it from somebody else. Some of these people that put out these patterns live off the money they make off these patterns. Some of these people write books. They live off of that funding for those books. So you're taking food out of their mouth and money out of their pocket when you steal. And Pinterest is the worst place on earth for copywritten material. Mulu Gallery is a web-based place and it's overseas and they share copywritten material. Please don't go there, because when you go there you pay them to get this copywritten material and they give you a virus and they make your computer hostage till you pay them more money. Is it really worth it? No, because the designers share freely with the class. I have enough patterns. You can tat patterns every day of the week in those files that you can use. And I'm working to get them up. Okay? So, remember, don't use something that doesn't belong to you and claim it as your own. Don't take something that doesn't belong to you. If you bought it, you paid for it, it's yours. If you bought it, you paid for it, and you give it as a gift, it's your person that's receiving the gift's ownership. All right? So please understand copyright. Don't violate it. It can cause problems. It can cause a hassle. It could get you not only thrown in jail if it's a big enough copyright violation, but man, it can cost you a pretty penny in fines. The minimum on a copyright violation is $10,000 in the United States dollars. If you're in another country, most countries have a copyright reciprocal code with the United States. There are some that don't. And those are the ones that just hand it out like it's candy. But all they're hurting is themselves because they show their true colors when they take that away from others. Yes, you can give the finished work away. Yes, you can sell it as long as you mention that it is not your design and whose design it is. You must mention who designed it, what book it came out of, where the pattern came from. If it's an Etsy shop, you must mention that Etsy shop. That, 5 seconds keeps you from having to pay a $10,000 fine. I think that's worth it. What I do when I make patterns of someone else's and I'm going to either sell it or give it away, what I do is I take a card and put the name of the pattern, the person who designed it, and where you can purchase that pattern if you'd like to do it yourself. I will even tell you how much I paid for it. Okay? I never sell a pattern that I have made for more than what I paid for the pattern. If I paid $2 for the pattern and it took me a week to make it, that wasn't because of the pattern. It was because my brain just didn't work with me. So that's what I charge for the pattern. There you go. Other people are different. Me, I like giving more than I like taking. Okay? So that's just me. Now, back to our fun time today. We have several samples, and I'm going to take the camera down to my desktop so that you can see all these little fun things that I've got sitting on my desk. All right? So let me do that. All right. First thing we've got here is all kinds of little goodies I'm going to share with you all. Okay? And I'm going to let y'all guess what I got down here. That's fine, Pasha. You want to keep up to date on it. That's the way to go. All right, first thing we have is this little plastic binder thing I got from Amazon. These are $6.99. It comes complete with your index cards. And the color you can't pick. It comes in 3 colors, and it's whatever they grab out of the box you get. And it's got little index cards in here so that if you want to put elements here, techniques here, samples back here, you can, and you've got a place to label. All right? That's a little helper there. It's also got a little pocket over here. I don't venture to say this little pocket would last very long with a tatter. We'd rip that pocket off real fast in our hustle to get to things, okay? But you can get it. It's well worth it. It's a poly type plastic material, and it got the crinks in it so that you can make it fold. But I don't like it because it doesn't have a closure on it. And when you're doing your sample book or your journal, you want a closure on it so dust and dirt doesn't get to your tatting. All right? So for me, that's the drawback on here. Plus, I am not a green person. So there you go. I'm more of blues and purples here. And so the green doesn't, float my boat, is what I say. But it works. It's doable. It's usable. But you can change it. you can always change it. Exactly, Arlene, that you can add in your journal a list of projects with thread, pattern, source, and notes. That's what this is for. This is your tatting Bible. We shouldn't call it a journal. We should call it our tatting Bible. Okay, and it's small enough to fit in your purse, okay, in a tote. When you're, every tatter that I know carries something with their tatting thread and 15 shuttles to go with. Okay, I'm just saying, we hoard shuttles, we hoard needles, we hoard thread. So we've got big bags, we carry this stuff in, and this will fit in there nicely. All right, now we can make one on our own. You can get these little packs of index cards with the holes already cut out from Amazon. Okay, these are 3x5s. You can also get 4x6. One side is plain, the other side is lined. All right, now I'm going to show you a little trick with these that are plain on the back side, lined on the front. This piece I never keep. Okay, it's flimsy and it's not usable. So on the front, I would make my notes and I would put my samples on the back. Now, you ask, how do you get your samples to hold to your card? Several ways. You can use Elmer's tape runner. You can get Scotch Create tape, which is a double-sided tape. All right. Or you can go to the scrapbooking section and get you a roll of just double-sided tape. You put this down and this white part peels off and you stick your tatting down. That's simple. Okay? Or you can use glue. You can use tacky glue. You can use Elmer's school glue. You can use even stick glue. All right? Or you can get into more expensive glues and use art glitter glue. Okay, that dries very fast. When you put it down, make sure you know where you want it because it's there. There's no changing its mind at that point. Or you can get Fabri-Tac. Now, Fabri-Tac is a silicone-based type glue. It dries very, very fast. It adheres fabric to paper, paper to paper, plastic to paper. It will adhere everything, okay? Know that when you use that Fabri-Tac, it's going to get all over your hands. It makes it a sticky mess, but it's a good glue. I'm not going to lie to you. I use it a lot, especially when working with fabrics and tatting and any kind of thread, yarns, and such like that. And I want to attach it. That is my go-to glue. Why, you ask? Because it holds. All right? Yes, if you want temporary attachment, washi tape, paper tape would work too. Marianne doesn't even know where her thread came from, but she's got a ton of. We'll be glad to take some off your hands. Not a problem. That's us. I mean, we have our own little collections. All of us do. So, there you go. There's your little attachment tools for your fun time. Now, the last of the Mohicans that I'm going to show you is this little jewel. I got a pack of 12 of these, I think, for $10.99. Okay? Now, I am going to put some of these tatting journals together. And yes, I will send them out as gifts when they're done. But only specific people get a gift. Remember what I said, if you register, you get in on all the perks. That's a perk. All right? So know that, yes, I got 12 of these. Yes, I will be making tatting journals for people in the colors that they like. All right, I will get them all made up and then we will do the little perks. All right, so this, in order to use that, you'd have to have a cardstock of some kind to attach it to that's pretty stout, all right? And you'd have to punch your holes. Now, most times they'll have you rivet these in. Well, I have found that these little book latches, I guess is what they're called, book post extenders, something, they work great. Okay, you can run these through. There's some skinny ones in here. These are a little fat, but you can run these through the little hole and attach them. You can also glue these down. Okay, but it takes E6000 to get it to stick, and it has to sit there, clamp it, do all that jazz, but it works. Okay, you can also pop the holes on the board and you tie it in after you've glued it down. It makes it really, really cute. Okay, thank you, Jeremy. Yeah, I know we've got dark clouds moving in. I see them. We're not supposed to get any rain. Anybody know if we're getting rain? Hadn't heard. Hadn't heard, folks. Hadn't heard. All right, Ruth wants to know about stitching. Let me see. What kind of stitching, Ruth? Hi, Barb. Yeah, Fred's got dibs on the purples. If it's purple, it's Fred's. Fred, you just don't know me very well, do you? You know I keep a supply of purple everything. All right, let's get into this fun stuff. Now, what do you use for a base for your journal? We're not going to use this today. This, I wanted to show you. Yes, you can get these at Amazon. You can get a 12-pack for like $10.99. Okay? They're a lot of work to use. Well worth it. Just saying. All right. Now, what would you use? Here's what we've got. Let me get all my little twerky things here. And these are, I bought a bed set for my bed, and the cardboard off of that bed set makes a perfect cover for my tatting journal. So, how much did it cost me for the bed set? I needed it anyway, so did it really cost me? Yeah, it cost me some money, but I needed it. But the cardboard came with it for free. So this cardboard's free. All right? I had 2 rings. Okay, do y'all know what these are? These are binder rings. And you'll get them with, you can get them with this thing here. Okay? Or you can buy them. Let me get that box there. If I can, if it will work with me. There we go. You can buy them Amazon, any office supply store, and you can get them by a box like that. Okay. Lots of rings in there, so you can make lots of journals. Now, these are 2-inch rings. You can get them as big as 5-inch rings. Okay. You can also get them as small as this. This is a little 1/2-inch ring. All right. It's up to you which size you get. The 2-inch works great because it allows for room. Okay. Growth. And as tatters, we collect. We're hoarders. So therefore, this is going to grow. Do you see the resemblance here that we're going with? All right? We like to thread. We like to tat. So therefore, this is going to get really thick. I'm just saying, folks. I'm just saying. That's what you got to look forward to in the tatting community. Growth. All right? So, do you want it to look like this, or do you want pretty papers? Well, you can get cardstock. You can get postcards, and you can glue them down, okay? If your paper is slick, like the backside of this, you want to use your double back tape. Whether you use this or this, you want to use double back tape because it will hold and won't go nowhere. Just be careful and make sure everything is lined up proper before you put it on there. Because when you put it down with that tape, what's going to happen is it's stuck permanently unless you get this. And this is Amazon's Basics. Okay. Yeah, this is something that a friend of mine turned me on to, folks. Okay. Gotta open it. What this is, it's going to blow your mind. It's repositional tape. Okay. You put it down, and I don't care where you put it. You can pick it up, and you can put it back. You can reposition it, and you can move it. And then it becomes permanent after 24 hours. Now, how cool is that? You can get these through Amazon. It's called Amazon Basics Repositional Tape. Hyper repositional and refillable adhesive. Okay? And it's got its own dispenser and everything. But for people like us that need things to move freely, that is a good tape to use. All right? So you would use the repositional tape. You would put your cardstock on top, and then what do you do with the back side of that? You're going to leave it brown? Fred has what? Yeah, you can. You can sew or tack the samples to the page as opposed to using the glue or the tape. The thing of it is, if you sew to paper, over time it will pull your holes. They'll get stretched out. So I don't advise sewing to paper. If you're going to use a sewing technique in your journal, get you some canvas, and they sell it. You can get canvas dirt cheap, okay, at Walmart, and cut your canvas in the squares that you need and make a fabric journal. It doesn't have to be paper. You can use it and make fabric pages, okay, and then you can sew. Yes, I will add links to the supplies under the video after class, okay? All right, let's see. All right, any questions I missed earlier? Yes, this tape here in the box, the repositional tape, it is double-sided. I can show you real quick what it does. It'll blow your mind. I'm being serious. You flip this back. Okay? Let me use this. We're going to put some tape. Okay? See? Can you see the tape? Is it showing up on camera? It's right here. And it's sticky. Then you can stick your work down like that. Now watch the magic, folks. Doesn't hurt it. All right? And that's repositional. And then this little thing flips back up there, locks into place, and keeps your tape from getting messed up. But I keep it in the box, okay? Because I don't want anything to happen to my tapes. So I keep it all nice and tidy. But yeah, stick your paper down on it, whatever you want. And this is a butterfly. It's cardstock. It's stationery that In fact, I got it at Michael's. It's over where the scrapbooking supplies are. Um, you can use cardstock printer paper. Okay. You want it to be bulky, heavy, so that it doesn't fall apart. Okay. I know all of you own printers. They give you, with your printers, guess what? 5x7, 4x6, and 5x5 photo paper. Print your pretty picture on your photo paper, cut it out, and guess what? That is the best cardstock you can have for a tatting journal because it's stout. It's photo paper. It's meant to be thumbed through. And everybody gets samples with their printers. All right. You can get a pack, pretty cheap, a small pack of photo paper at Walmart. And it's better than cardstock. I'll be honest with you. You can also get, this is from Stamperia. And this is their lace collection. And these are little journaling cards for scrapbooking. You can cut these out and you can use those. So see, there is ways to beautify and add to. This, if you cut one of these out, what I would do is add actual lace to these. Okay? And it doesn't have to be tatting. It can be any lace. Because if you love tatting, you love lace. All right? So, you can do printouts. I've got some printouts. Guys, I got y'all some dragons here. See? We got dragons. Upside down. Got dragons. We've got a ghost dragon. I've got some tatted pieces here that was on a printout of some papers that I had purchased off of an Etsy shop. So, you know, you can do whatever you want to do with your journal. And you can make it out of a cereal box. You can make it out of any kind of cardboard. You know, cardboard that comes on the backside of the steno pads? That's a good cardboard. Okay? So use your waste to make something beautiful. All right? Now, once you get your pages cut out and everything decorated, what are you going to do? Well, you got to cut your holes to fit. Well, if you're using these kind of binder clips, then you would cut your holes in the areas that you want them to be. You would use a hole, what is that, hole punch? This is my hole punch. It goes with my tools I use for scrapbooking. Okay, and what you do is you just set it in there, cut your hole, there you go. You do another one, and guess what? You've got your papers started. Put your rings in and go on. All right. If you have set holes like these that are on these index cards, what would you do? We'll use this. And you would punch your holes according to your index cards. Line it up. Punch. Okay. Then everything matches. All right. So that's the quick version of a tatting journal. Now, I have tatting journals. I have correspondence journals. I have all kinds of little journals. I make journals. This is my newest tatting journal. And as you can see, I've got little dangles here. I love the little dangles. It's something, it's like a fidget toy. Okay, these are all vintage laces that I have used, or appliques. And this is vintage laces and stuff in here. And just fixed my little tie. And you open it up, and it's just a little journal book. And I can take notes, whatever I want in here. And the book itself is inspiration. And this was given to me. I don't know who it was that gave it to me, but I got it at Tat Days. And I just love the little angel. So it inspires me. Okay? So, Yeah, you could. And they also have reinforcements that you can use too, Barb. Right. Exactly, Ruth. Quilters. Okay, quilters love little things like this to do because they can make fabric journals. And I have seen beautiful fabric journals that people would just die for. And what they do is they tat their piece and add it to the fabric journal, and it becomes a family heirloom before you know it. Okay, so that's how you work with the tools you've got. I mean, you go and you buy a bunch of stuff. Are you going to use it all the time? If not, only get the things that you absolutely have to have: your tape, your glue, your cereal box, packaging of any kind that's got cardboard in it. Print you out some pretty papers you see on the internet, you know, those inspirational poems and stuff. You can print them out and use them for a cover. You don't have to buy scrapbooking paper. You can if you want. If you're a scrapbooker, use some of your scrapbooking paper. You'll never use all your scrapbooking paper. Trust me. If you live to be 150, you will never use all your scrapbooking paper. Use it here. All right? Use it as an inspiration. Whatever you put in your tatting journal, on your tatting journal, make it an inspiration to you. All right? Now, I'm going to show you all my correspondence journal. Okay? And that's this. This fabric, I found there was a scrap piece of it at one of the Tat Days conventions, and it had the code number on the edge still. And I looked it up and I found it. And I says, I got to have it. I have a tatting bag that matches this, and I've got the journal. But this is my correspondence journal. It has information. It has patterns in it. It has all kinds of things in this journal. Okay? That's not my address anymore, folks. That you can use. I've got pockets. I've got papers. Okay? I've got all kinds of stuff in all my little pockets. All right? And I use it. I use it for a lot of different things. This is Harola's Super Bowl Snowflake for 2021. This is my sample piece that I tatted up so I know where the pitfalls were. Anytime I teach a pattern, I've already tatted it up. All right? I don't tat it up on the fly. That way I can prevent you from making the same mistakes I made. All right? This came from Sue Hansen. She tatted up all these little tats, and she sent me some hand-dyed thread that she makes. I love this card. It is so cute, and it is an inspiration. Okay? So use that. Use things to your benefit to give you inspiration in your tatting journey. All right? Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to try new things. Don't be afraid to try other things. Tatting has a place in every aspect of the craft world. Right. We made a card one year for Georgia. Georgia wasn't feeling real well, and the whole class got together and tatted up little bits and bobs and made a card for Georgia, and I mailed them off to her. And I got news for you folks. Georgia was just beside herself with joy that you all cared about her and loved her that much to do that for her. If you knew Georgia personally, you would know she has a love like no other for tatting. I mean, it's just uncomparable. And when she retired, I mean, the world lost a wonderful tatter. But there's more tatters coming in behind her, okay? And there will be someone that will step in her shoes and be just like her. No, I'm not going to say I'm that one. I'm not. I'm devoted and I love tatting, okay? But Georgia has spent her life researching. Georgia's been in this a long time. Okay. I have only been in it for about 16 years. So maybe in another 20, if I live that long, yeah, we'll talk about it then. So let me switch the camera back up to the up position and see, are there any questions from anyone? Any statements or something that we missed? Yeah, plastic canvas would work, Jeremy. Yes, I will put links to places you can purchase the things that you need to make your own tatting journal. Just know, I don't have an Amazon page for all the Amazon stuff that I purchase from Amazon. I'm not here to solicit, okay, for other companies and stuff like that. If you find it cheaper at the Dollar Tree, go for it. More power to you. All right. I just don't have that luck. Okay. Luck is not in my favor. It's by chance. But I always say if it weren't for bad luck, I'd have no luck. Exactly. Exactly, Arlene. A pretty envelope. If you get just a plain yellow envelope, decorate it up. Give yourself the inspiration you need to make the things you want to make. Because, like I said, tatting's not just doilies. It's not tablecloths. It's not curtains. It's what you want it to be. And that's what you have to make it be. Now, this, I'm going to remake it. Y'all see that? Oh, well, I'm in the wrong camera. Let me hold this up. You see this? This little piece here is the centerpiece to a doily that I tatted up a long time ago. Okay, it is faded beyond fade. I made the plastic bags I showed in my video the other day. Those came with a kit, Barb. I'll have to get it for you, and I'll post it for you. Anyway, this is the centerpiece to one of these great big, huge doilies. But I love the way the center laid. Well, I had, yeah, this is my little sneaky drawer down here. I had this brass ring. And I had put this in this brass ring. All right, y'all see where I'm going now. This was a sun catcher that I had made for my mom. And she kept this sun catcher in her window from when I first started tatting until she moved in with me. And then it hung in the kitchen window. Okay? And when she passed, I says, I'm going to remake that. It had a little crystal. Well, not so little. It had this little crystal on it. And the crystal hung below it. And in the morning, it greeted her with all these array of colors. And this, the shadow from it would spread throughout the floor the way she had it hung. So I'm going to remake this. And it wasn't a sun catcher, it was a doily. Okay, if the tape is acid-free, yes, it is acid-free. It was designed for scrapbookers. Yes, the paper and card is acid-free. This is scrapbooking paper. All scrapbooking paper is acid-free because of what they use it for. This printer paper is acid-free. It's a special printer paper that I purchased for these printouts. Yes, I make journals. I don't have any in here to show you one of my journals, but I do make journals. I have journals that will just blow your mind. Okay, the heavy duty plastic bags in the video I showed the other day. If I remember you right, you had a little sample piece in it or something. It was a pair of earrings that was in it, and I got them with a kit. I have to get you the name of the kit. I can't think of it right off the top of my head. I'm always looking for trinkety things, different things, but I want something that has stability to it. So when I find something unique that works, I always share it. Whether it relates to tatting or not, I try to share it with people so that everybody can understand, yeah, we're all in this together. Bottom line is, it has to work. If it doesn't work, we're not going to be satisfied. So there you go. One of the things that we get every year at Tat Days is these little things. Y'all know what these are? Y'all know what that is? These are hair clips. You know the little banana clips that kids get? I don't think I have one on my desk right now. Little butterflies, you know, you just pull them together and they pinch, you know, clip like that. Let's put it this way. These make great tools to lock down your thread. And I'm going to show you what I'm talking about real quick. This is for tonight's class, folks. This thread here is for tonight's class. And everybody, you're welcome to come. Now, when you open up your ball of thread, you can't never get it to stay put. If you've got one of these and one of these, you just slide it across, snap it down, and guess what? It is holding your thread in place. It's not getting loose and getting, you know, tied up knots, because I got news for you. Thread is like cords. If two of them to get together, you got 9 knots. I'm just telling you. I'm warning you now. Thread is, I mean, just thread and cords go together. So, now, let's see. What else? What else? What else? What else? Let me see what else we've got here. Yeah, the reinforcement things, the little round sticky things that you stick on your holes on your cards and stuff. It prevents them from ripping. Yeah, those work. We use them on the bobbins of the airlight shuttles. After the bobbin gets loose and it starts flipping on its own, we use those on the airlights to tighten up that bobbin a little bit better. So, all right, any questions? Any questions? Let me look here. All right, Sue has class coming up this Thursday. She is our design person. She's not with the classes per se. She has her own YouTube channel. She has her own webpage. She has her own email. She has her own everything. We support her in her endeavors because she is a designer. Okay, I'm sure you all have seen her heart called Heart's Desire on the web. It is a beautiful little heart and so easy to tat. So if y'all run across it, make sure you try that heart out. It's awesome. Well, where I get my papers from are Stamperia. And I also get Graphics 45 papers, and those are all acid-free. The printer paper is acid-free. This, for a pack that's like this thick, I paid $35 for it. So, yeah, it's acid-free. It better be. Or they'll be giving me some money back. I don't assume anything. I know exactly what assume means. Yeah, hair clips. You got it, Fred. Hair clips. We use them to hold ponytails up. You know, put ponytail up and clip it. When I had hair, that's what I did. So, any questions, folks? Make sure you hit that like and that subscribe. If you are not a subscriber, hit that subscribe. Hit that like. Raise our algorithm so that we can be #1 on YouTube. I hope you enjoyed today's class tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern. we are going to do our centerpiece of our round robin. Yes, we are going to work this little puppy from the inside out tonight. Dixie, you definitely want to be there so that we can show you how to do this left-handed. All right. Now, I'm not a lefty, so you have to give me a little bit of a break because my left way is a lot slower than my right. Thread, cords, and Christmas lights. Until one of your 7 cats gets it and runs with it. Well, cats do like thread. Yeah, that's another thing you can do with that silver. Use them to use up every bit of thread from your shuttle when it's about to run out. Any questions, folks? Any more questions? Hey, Bernice, I didn't even see you come in. Awesome. Any more questions? Now, Sue, if you use a Sharpie on paper and that tatting gets wet, it will bleed into the tatting. Pam tried that. She turned white tatting pink. I'm just saying, with Sharpie. It was a test. All right, so you all be here tonight, 8 p.m. After class, I will get the links up. Oh, excuse me. Links up for your glues, threads, and so forth, and the tape here, where you can get this little deal, where you can get these little deals, and this, you know, your index cards. I will have all of that at the bottom of the video in the description for you. So, with that said, this last call for questions. Tonight, be here at 8 p.m. or be square, because we're going to work on the beginnings of our class participation round robin. Thank you, Jackie. Love you too. Yeah, and when you get the link for tonight's class, I will put in a link for this pattern. That's where Sue's going to come in handy to you guys. Yeah, they are good companies. Yes, you can watch it later. It will be up on the site under the lives, Dixie. You're very welcome, Pasha. She does wonderful job on her shuttles. I just love them. She makes all of my shuttles. Thank you, Jack and Marianne. I do appreciate it. Awesome. I hope to see you tonight when we have class tonight. You're very welcome, Ruth. Well, folks, if that's all, no more questions. I will see you tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Mountain, and 5 p.m. Pacific. Everyone else that's around the world, check the world clock link on our website at the bottom of the page. It will get you to the world clock. You put in your location, and it will give you the correct time for your area. So until then, Y'all have a wonderful evening, and I will see you tonight at 8 p.m. Happy tatting, everyone. Bye bye.